Welcome back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We're moving into our second segment here, but before we do that, I'd like to ask you again to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get read in the air, please use the link GSMC Podcast on net. It really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot, so thank you so much for that. And let's get back into the show for today. All right, so our second segment is going to be about Paul Skenes and the decision to have him start the All-Star game, so let's get into it. So now, I assume by now that you have heard that Paul Skenes has been decided by NL manager Torey Lovullo, who of course manages the Diamondbacks, that he has chosen Paul Skenes to start the All-Star game here whenever that comes up. I believe it's Tuesday. Now, a lot of people are very happy with the decision. A lot of people are very disappointed with the decision to have a rookie who started 11 games start the game, but I wanted to give my thoughts on it and just give what I think is the correct decision, just Paul Skenes as well. So if you've been listening to my show at all in the past few weeks, I've raved and raved about Paul Skenes and his talent level. I think Skenes is a once-in-a-generation type pitcher that has shown that completely, and I think will be a top 10 pitcher in baseball pretty soon. I mean, he probably is one right now, to be honest. I mean, are you really going to go 10 pitchers over Paul Skenes with the way he's performing and the pedigree that he had coming out of college? I don't really know. So having him start the All-Star game, I think, to be perfectly honest with you, is a incredible decision that was very, very well done and really is a very, very good decision as well. Having the entire world be shown Paul Skenes on a national spotlight in the All-Star game that will be shown on ESPN is a perfect decision, and a decision that makes a lot of sense, and I think personally is a very good idea. MLB has always had a problem with marketing their stars, and they're now recognizing a star being born in Paul Skenes, who is very marketable, gets a lot of attention on social media, gets a lot of attention in other spaces as well. I'm sure people don't even watch baseball have heard the name Paul Skenes at this point with how much he's been in the news. So being able to market him on a national stage in the All-Star game on ESPN against other superstars is a fantastic idea. And personally, I think it was the only correct idea. Again, MLB has always had a problem marketing their stars. And in a sport nowadays that is dominated by social media, being able to post clips whenever you want, I think having Paul Skenes be shown to a national audience, his talent level, will make people not only get interested in him, the Pirates, but also Major League Baseball. And I'm sure the Pirates organization is foaming at the mouth they have the next superstar in the MLB. It's very obvious that MLB is kind of grooming Skenes to become the next big superstar of the league, be the face fit, and it looks like he's letting them do it with open arms, which is a good idea. He has a generational talent level, Skenes does, and I think the way that MLB is going to proceed with his career is a big deal, and being able to, again, market him to fans across the country, across the world, is a very good idea. MLB has always needed younger fans, and to be able to have one of your younger superstars in Skenes be shown to people across the world is a great idea to market the game, and personally, I'm very excited to watch him. Not only that, but you're going to have him go against some other greatest superstars of the world. In the first inning, he's probably going to face Gunnar Henderson, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto. Those are three of the best hitters in all of baseball. And having them face Skenes will be something that will be talked about for a long, long time, and something that really does grow the game exponentially. So I'm very excited with this decision. I think it's a great idea, and personally, I don't think MLB could have gotten the decision more correct. So props to them for being able to admit that a rookie who's made 11 starts is the correct choice for the All-Star game, and be able to give the people what they want. Because if you're a baseball fan, you wanted this, and if you didn't want this and you're a baseball fan, I don't know what's wrong with you. So a fantastic decision by them to be able to recognize that this guy's a superstar in the making, and recognize that he is the correct choice to start this game. So looking over Skenes' stats this year, I mean, they're absolutely incredible. He's made, again, 11 starts, has an ERA under 2 at 1.90, went 7 no-hit innings yesterday against the Brewers, who are not just any offense, by the way. The Brewers are a pretty great offense. The Brewers are number one in the NL Central right now. Skenes has thrown 66 innings so far, has been pretty durable. There's been no real signs at all about injuries. He has a K per 9 of 12, which is insane. Walk per 9 of 1.76, which is insane. His K to walk ratio is almost at 7, which is absolutely incredible. His K percentage is 34%. His walk percentage is at 5%, which again is just absolutely insane. Just the way that he's dominating players with the strikeout. ERA minus at 46, FIP minus at 65, FIP at 2.58. His barrel percentage is at 6. His hard hit percentage is 37. His max exit velocity is 109.3. So just the way that Skenes has been absolutely dominating people this season has been absolutely incredible, is really just something to withhold. And man, what a season Skenes is having, and has just been absolutely fantastic, incredible, and yeah, just a really, really great season by Skenes. One of the greatest rookie seasons of all time already, and I think he's pretty much a lock for Rookie of the Year at this point. I don't really think it's too early to say that. The way that, again, he has just been absolutely dominating people, mowing through them, just showing them what a force of nature he is absolutely incredible. And look, man, there's a reason he was picked first overall last year. We saw this talent level. We saw how good he was. And yeah, just an incredible array of talent for Skenes. A absolutely just generational type pitcher. And yeah, just what a talent he is. And yeah, I think, again, making Skenes a face of the game, marketing him, kind of grooming him already to be one of the faces of baseball is a fantastic idea. I think Skenes not only has the talent level to be the face of baseball, but has the charisma as well. We know what his image is like. He has the mustache. He dates someone famous. He does all that, and I think overall Skenes is a very talented player, and is someone that is just fantastic and in all the ways. I'm clicking on a question from the chat. This is from Anthony. Anthony says, I'm a Marlins fan, so I'm wondering, do you think we stick with drafting pitching because we know how to develop it? That's a really interesting question, actually. And I wish I knew the answer, but I get what you're going at. Obviously, the Marlins are known for developing talented pitchers. I mean, the array of talent they have right now with guys like Sandy Alcantara, Braxton Garrett, Yuri Perez. Obviously, some of those guys are hurt, but the way that they have pitching in their organization is absolutely fantastic. He says, also, hypothetically, if Jose Fernandez was coming out of high school at the same time Paul Skenes is being drafted out of LSU, who would go number one? Wow, that's a really interesting question, actually. I'm going to go with Skenes. I think Jose Fernandez was a generational type pitching prospect as well. Obviously, taken away from us way too soon. But, man, the way Skenes just absolutely dominated college in LSU, in that division as well, was just incredible. And high school pitchers, honestly, they have a lot of risk with them. A lot of high school pitchers have a lot of injury risk with them. And pitchers nowadays, of course, are getting a ton of Tommy John problems. They're getting a lot of arm problems. But with high school pitchers, I really think we've seen a lot of them being bust over the past few years. And just because of Skenes being in college, I would have gone with him. But it is a very interesting question. I mean, also Fernandez was drafted 14th overall, and Skenes was drafted 1st overall. So it's a very interesting question. But personally, I would go with Skenes. But again, I think it's a question that really is up for debate. After that as well, also going back to the Marlins question, I think they're probably going to go with a bat, just because they have so much pitching already. But I've also said they're going to go with the bat in the draft for a number of years now. I don't really know. I mean, it is a new regime at the top. Of course, you have Peter Bendix coming in there and kind of blowing up everything about the organization, trading everyone. You're ready to trade Arias. You're going to trade Chaz soon. You're going to trade Tanner Scott soon. So it'll be interesting to see. But I do think they go with the bat. But I'm also not entirely confident about my answer, to be perfectly honest with you. So, yeah, it will be very interesting to see what they do end up deciding. But both of your questions are very good, by the way, so keep them coming. I'm having a good time talking there. But, yes, I think Skenes ultimately has exactly what it takes to become a face of the league, become a true superstar of the game. Again, he has the appearance with the mustache. He dates someone famous. He handles pressure very well. He has a lot of swag on that mound. He's a very intimidating presence. And I think that overall Skenes definitely will become a face of the league. And being able to market him to a national audience in this All-Star game is the right step to be able to recognize his talent and recognize maybe him as someone who can really be, again, someone who represents the game of baseball going forward. So that was our second segment here, talking about Paul Skenes and the All-Star game. Moving into our third segment here, we are going to be talking about the Phillies and their sweep over the Dodgers. So yeah, we'll be going into that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network.